Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos. Now, a few of you have asked me if I can make a video with some tips about driving on the highway. So here it is. Traveling today's highways can be a frustrating, confusing journey through a maze of roadblocks, detours, and traffic jams. With more than 161,000 miles of paved roads nationwide, negotiating the freeway system requires an alert, focused, and informed drivers. So, here are my tips. Plan your trips way ahead of time, know where you're going. Okay, remember that the highway requires special skills. You have to know what each lane on the highway represents. Usually on the highway we have 3 lanes. That first lane is called an entrance and exit lane. That is the lane where you enter the highway and where you exit the highway. The middle lane is called a cruising lane. So if you're cruising at normal highway speed, this is the lane where you want to be in. The extreme left lane, and this is where a lot of people get confused, that left lane is the fastest lane on the highway. That is called a passing lane. And you're going to see a lot of people get on that lane and cruising, and people behind them blowing their horns or coming around on the right side. It's because they don't understand the rules of the highway. So today I'm going to take you on the highway, and we're probably going to go maybe 1 or 2 exits just to give you an idea of how to negotiate driving on the highway. So here we go. Now, as in my previous videos, right, I always say that you should do maneuvers that become second nature and become habits. So just like I do in the road test videos, I follow my same steps. Number 1, I step on the brake and put my car into drive. Number 2, I signal. Number 3, I turn my steering wheel. And number 4, I wait for traffic to clear. And once traffic is clear, I look into my mirror. I turn my head and look into my blind spot, release my brake, and take my speed. Over here, I'm going to make a right turn. Notice how I signal ahead of time. I also look into my blind spot because I don't want a bicycle coming next to me, and I don't want to run over a bicycle. Okay, so here we have quite a few people waiting to get on the expressway, and we're going to get online and wait our turn. Now you're going to run into a lot of speed drivers out here, and what I like to call sometimes people who use no common sense. Now here I am approaching the highway ramp onto the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, and I'm going to signal that I'm getting onto the ramp. And as I enter the ramp, I'm going to look at highway traffic already on the highway. I'm going to look into my mirror. I'm going to speed up to highway traffic, highway speed, and look into my blind spot, and I'm going to take my lane. And this is the entrance lane. I have entered the highway. Now, if I want to get into the cruising lane, I will signal. I will look into my mirror, check my blind spot, and slowly transition over. Same thing. If I want to get into the passing lane, I will signal. I will look into my mirror, look into my blind spot, and slowly transition over if it is safe to do so. And that puts me on the fastest lane on the highway. And I will follow traffic at traffic speed, keeping a minimum of 2 to 4 seconds behind the person in front of me. Like I said, you're gonna run into a lot of traffic out here who are speeding, have no common sense, have no regard for their safety or the safety of others. Now over here, I am going to transition into the right lane. mirror and my side mirror, and I see that the guy is pretty far behind me, so I will signal. I will look into my blind spot and I will transition over. Always paying attention to traffic ahead of me. And over here we'll exit here, and I will do the same thing. Signal, look into my blind spot, and slowly transition over. And now this is called a deceleration lane. This is where I enter the lane at highway speed and I slowly decelerate because I'm coming up on city traffic. And we will take South Humboldt Street back to our residence. And we will conclude this short YouTube video on highway driving. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. And we have exited the highway, and we are now on city streets. And again, city streets, we have to be paying attention, always checking blind spots, pedestrians, bicycles, and everything else. And I am going to pull over here, and I am going to conclude this video on highway driving. Hope you like it. Please subscribe to our channel. Leave any questions in the comments below, and have a good day.